Hello and welcome to another MiHow2 video. My name is Tom Clark. I am your host, and on today's how-to, we're going to show you how to put together assemblies for tapered roller bearings. And in order to do that, we need a chief engineer, and that would be Patrick Haupt with the American Roller Bearing. Patrick, welcome back, man.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing just great. So, Patrick, we got a lot of parts that are laid out here, a lot of bearings. Where do you want to start?
There are a lot of parts, Tom, but they're all marked, so it's more like industrial Legos rather than a Rubik's Cube. First, we're going to go over some terminology that will allow us to sort all of this out. Right here, we have a TS bearing, which is a single cup and a single cone.
Okay, so maybe right here might be two single cones, and in the middle maybe a double cup?
Right, Tom. There are a lot of ways we can mix and match these bearing components. Common examples are TDO, or tapered double outer, which is a double cup and two single cones and a cone spacer.
Okay, that's right in the middle there, what you're talking about.
That is correct.
Okay.
Another common one is TDI, or tapered double inner. This consists of a double cone, two single cups, and a cup spacer.
Okay, now I'm looking at all this stuff. It looks pretty much the same. Can't we just take the components off the shelf and throw them together however we want? I mean, that would be awesome. Can we do that?
Not so fast, Tom. Tapered roller bearing matched assemblies are set up for specific bench end plate, or BEP. The components are carefully measured at the factory and spacers are ground to assure the desired BEP is achieved. So in the case of the TDO, we use a cone spacer that controls the cones within the cup. With the TDI, we supply a cup spacer to control the cups over the cone. Because of the tolerance range of the components, the parts are measured and matched. They also need to be assembled in their intended orientation.
Okay, now before we did this, let's say we're in the factory. What do we need to do? You know.
Put on our PPE.
Yeah, now I have my glasses sitting right here. We're not going to do that because we're not actually in the factory. We just have these on the table, but we want to tell everybody, remember, PPE is extremely important. Always wear whatever the job calls for because safety is always priority number one. Now, do I have to make sure that I put it together like it was in the box? Yes, no, is that the right way?
Yes and no. We stack them in their correct orientation in the box, but you should not rely on that for field assembly. Tapered roller bearings have a basic marking system, and it's as simple as A and B. After measuring the parts, they are marked with a serial number and race designation. This cone has a raceway designation of A and this one B. The cup is marked with A and this one with B. The spacer is marked with the corresponding serial number as well as actual spacer thickness.
So the A cone is going to be going in the A side because it's marked there, and then the B cone goes in the B raceway of the cup, correct?
Correct. And for the TDI, the A cup goes with the A side cone and the cup spacer sets the end play, and then the B cup goes with the B cone raceway.
Got it, got it. Okay, I'm good with those three, but I'm a little concerned with this one. This looks really difficult, Patrick.
Not really, Tom. This is a TQO, or tapered quad outer, or 4 rows of tapered rollers. But if you break it down, it's really one TDO assembly and 2 TDI assemblies. The lettering is a little bit more complicated, but quite similar.
Okay, so I'm looking at the TDI over here, and I see where we start there with A. That kind of looks like a TDI subassembly that we start with. Is that right?
Yes, Tom. That end would be the A side.
Okay.
Now we progress to the B raceway and the BD double cup, the C cone spacer, and then finally you move over to the CE E cone and the E cup. Now we're done.
You know, I can see how understanding how to identify these parts makes it easy to install. And if I'm not mistaken, this is universal to all tapered bearings and not just American roller bearings. Is that right?
Correct, Tom. This knowledge can be applied across the board for tapered roller bearings.
Good stuff, man. Great information. Patrick, thanks for coming by. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Patrick Haupt is the chief engineer for American Roller Bearing. And if you want to see more videos just like this, which contains a lot of great information, go to our website, mihow2.com, and you can find pretty much anything there. Hey, thanks for watching today.